We're back finally. Welcome back to the Resilient Teen Podcast. I'm Phoenix, and this is just a podcast, man. I'm 15, and I have my own business. I do landscaping, and I teach you guys how to do it. So if you guys have not seen the course, and look, if you're even questioning joining the course, literally this will be you, okay? If you want to join the course, this will be you. This is just chilling in my room, bro. Look, it goes on for days, man. This is me. It just chills in my room. So if you want that to be you at 15 years old, man, join the course. And I guarantee you within a month, that'll be you. Honestly, if you're dedicated, that'll be you in a month. So now that that's out of the way, I've been good. It's been a couple months, but hey, I've been busy. I don't know if you know, but if you haven't heard the last podcast, I'm doing an HVAC college class. So I'm in HVAC. I was in HVAC 1, but I'm out of that class. I'm in HVAC 2, which it's now all electrical work, which has honestly been a pain in my butt. But, it's going good. It's all like circuit boards and how that crap works and wiring up a thermostat. We've done a lot of stuff. But this podcast, we're talking about a reputation. That's the importance of it. Also, I've been working the bread a lot more. So if you guys don't know, and you probably don't, but private label is like so for example, we deliver private label to Fry's, so we ended up getting that added onto our route. So we've been working like a lot more than we were but the last time I did the podcast. So I've just been busy, man, but I've made time and I found time to do one. So I'm finally back, and I know I've said this last time, but I will make sure I do better on making a podcast. But that was a horrible voice crack. But today we're talking about reputation, how to build it, why it's important, especially at a young age. Like for me, right? My reputation, the only reason I have the reputation I have is because of what I've done. Okay? Like, I couldn't hand you a reputation. If somebody gave me $1 million and I was a jerk, I would just be a rich guy that's rude, That would be my reputation. It doesn't matter what you have or how you're starting out or who your parents are. It literally doesn't matter. It's what you do with it. Like, dude, I'm blessed to have the parents I have. They're the best parents I could ever ask for. But they've given, right? They have a house over my head. They feed me, but they can't give me a reputation. That's something I've had to acquire. So that's why it's important, man, because you can't do anything. No one else can do it for you. You have to build your reputation. So, right, for me, if I was to compare myself to somebody else, right? A kid that is just, right, I know kids my age, and they're vaping and doing drugs at school, bro. Like, at college, man. I know kids and they're vaping, and it's like, bro, like, you shouldn't even be doing that, right? And I'm sure a lot of you watching, maybe that's you, man. But if you're trying to better yourself, I guarantee you by the end of this video, you will know how to build a better reputation and why it's important. So, perfect example, right? You have those kids who are vaping and doing drugs and doing all kinds of stuff like that, man. Like, is that who you want to be known for? Okay? I got a text, okay? And this is why I'm saying my reputation. So, right now, right? Reputation, okay? This is what I'm known for. And this isn't the first text I've gotten. I've probably gotten like 20 of these. And I'm literally not trying to flex, but the reason it's so good to be such a good, right, man, right? Because I'm teaching like young men, like the importance, okay? I don't want to read it like, I'm not going to call him out on what he said, but I'll just give you the glimpse of it. Right here. You've always been a positive life in my life. He kind of worded it weird. It's all good. Help me realize there is a lot more to life than whatever was the only thing I was chasing. But honestly, it's really crazy to me. Your mental has always been a little more mature than mine. To be honest, a lot more. But thank you for the help I feel the clarity I've been given has opened me up. Right. Back to the happiness and maturity that is this age. Bro, you should have worded it better. I'm just playing. I'm just giving you a hard time, right? But, like, that's my thing, bro. I get numerous texts like, man, thank you, because I needed that, right? Even him. You helped me realize on the bigger picture, my favorite quote is, don't give up what you want for what you want right now, right? Let's say your main goal in life was to have $1,000, okay? Right? And all you want to do is have 1,000. But, you want to buy a game on the Xbox, right? And that will be fun for right now, right? But don't give up what you want for what you want right now, right? Your main goal is what you want is $1,000. even though you want that Xbox game, it's really not worth it because the bigger goal is $1,000, right? After the $1,000, you can buy it because that's your goal, okay? So building your reputation so is important, right? But people like even him, he's always thank you because you've always helped me. I've known this man for years, and he's always tells me thank you for helping me, right? And other people too, helping me, right? So that's what you want to be known for, and that's the importance of it, right? I have notes here, right? So, like, ways you can build a good reputation, okay? Having friends, right? I think, honestly, who you hang around with more is who's going to influence you, right? There's something my dad has told me from, like, literally since I was young. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future, okay? So, if you were to show me who your best friend was, that's exactly who you're going to be like. And if he's stealing and, just being rude, right? Like that's who you're going to be over time. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but that's who you're going to be in time because that's who you spend your most time with. Okay? Me, I hang a lot with my dad and my grandpa, and even tomorrow we're going to Nogales to do stuff to houses. And honestly, I've learned a lot. He just like tells me about business, and I'll ask him questions and he'll answer with honestly with just wisdom. And my dad is the same way. Like those like mentors, right? Men, role models in my life pour into me and they help me. So right? If he's helping me and showing me how to do everything, like I'm gonna be like that just because he's who I spend a lot of time with. They both are who I spend a lot of time with. Okay? For me, I don't like have a lot of like friends my age because like I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, but I see a lot. Out of me, I'm the only person I know that has made money out of anybody in my friends, right? And even with the course, okay? I know people that have a job working for a company or whatever, but I'll tell you what, okay? If you only make $15 an hour and you work 8 hours, dude, like that's your life. You can't get rich, okay? But when you own that business, you make way more than $15 an hour. So if you are a teen planning on getting rich, it is not going to be by working for somebody. It's going to be starting your own business. And in this course, I teach you how to start your own business. And you start it with zero money, bro. It costs $0 to start this business. And you can do it, okay? So if you all are like trying to get rich, right? Building your reputation, you're not going to get rich working for someone. But the reason it's so important to have a good reputation is because that's how everyone's going to know you. I've asked like my dad about people from high school, and he's like, yeah, they're just not good people, right? Also, like, right, never, I'm just going to scratch that. But like, hey, like they're just not good people, okay? If they're like, just because of what they've done in high school. My dad doesn't even know them now, but because of how they were then is like automatically put onto them just because that's their reputation. Like if that's what you're known for, man, that's how people are gonna ultimately categorize you in. And it's crazy for me. Like today, me and my brother went to Applebee's and we just went to lunch. Like we just wanted to go to lunch, and we walked in and we sat down, and the waiter's like, the waitress, sorry, she seems like whatever, like these kids aren't gonna tip good, right? Like, cause you can tell, especially us. Think about it. We had no parents walking in. We just got done with work. We're in boots and pants, and we just walked in. We just wanted lunch. We felt like it, so we went in. And she like, you can just tell, what can I get you guys? And like, we order and everything. But all the other customers, she seemed a lot nicer to. So, Diesel and I, we just like looked at each other and we're like, oh, she doesn't think we're gonna tip. So, right, because all of like, right, and for me, I have a good reputation, but most other teens that go in don't. They probably don't tip. They're probably whatever. So Diesel and I tipped like half the bill, which like for two people it's not so much, but we tipped half of what the food costs. And like for us it's like because like we can, and your reputation's like from other people, like the reputation is automatically like put on you. You're like in a thing. Well, you're 15, right? You're not making money. Like, because everyone else isn't, right? But we know we are, but no one else does, right? Because of how, like, everyone else is, That's reputation. So, for us, we're like, oh, well, she probably thinks we're not going to tip, so we're going to make sure we tip, right? So, it's just kind of like building your reputation with little things, okay? Who you hang around with, right? How you act in public. And the reason I mentioned the thing about the restaurant is me and my brother, we went into Dillard's, right? Dude, Dillard's, has some pricey things, and we're just looking, and dude, this security guard, bro, was dogging us, and we knew it, we just looked at each other and we're like, he's following us. And we're like, and, you know, Diesel had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to mess around. So, like, we walked to, like, the other end of the, like, not mess around in the store, but we're like, bro's freaking stereotyping us, bro. So we walked, like, around and, like, off to the corner, and we just see him follow us. But he's hiding, like, you know, discreet. Like, he'll look down at his phone and then look, and then we'll move, and then he'll walk around. And it was just, like, funny because we're like, bro's freaking stereotyping us because of everybody other kid that comes in here. Now, I know he's doing his job, and literally nothing but love for the man because, hey, we all got to work, man, if that's what you're paid to do. And everyone else is messing around in here. Like, I can't be upset. But even thinking about that, bro, like, you're automatically put in a category just because of your age. So, for you guys, don't be like everybody else, okay? Right? Again, when I say the vaping and the kids that are doing drugs and stealing, dude, like, that should not be you, bro. Because everyone's going to know you for that. Right? Just like those kids were messing around or doing whatever. Like, I don't know who they are, but messing around. I knew, Diesel always talks to which is my brother, if you guys don't know. He always talks to the employees and, like, they're super chill. And he was telling them that there's nothing on display because all these kids took them. So, like, they're automatically, like, right? All these kids are doing bad, so you're automatically put there. So, but you can't be them, man. Like, and honestly, that's why the reputation's so important because for us, like, we look the same as everybody else. Not, like, physically, but because of, like, dude, we're the same age. We probably go to the same high school and they probably in the same friend group. They're probably just bad kids, but like you got to kind of grow out of that. So don't hang around those people again because you can't hang around bad influence because you're going to be like put in with them. For me, when I was younger in school, and I have another story with that too. But honestly, I was just like that. I'm trying to edit my notes because I was not trying to get off topic, but you know, that's how it happens. But oh, yeah. Sorry. I can't read and talk at the same time. But when I was in school, man, I was hanging around with bad kids. So, so what happened was I went to the school from like kindergarten to second grade. And then in fourth grade, I went to a different school. And then fifth grade, I went back to my original elementary school. So, dude, I was like, they knew me as a good kid. Hey, my parents have taught me manners. And honestly, I'm so thankful. Hold the door for people, be polite to the teachers, you know, like everything that a kid should just do, right? And so we were like that, and like, dude, the teachers loved us. They always said we were the best. But then I came back in fifth grade, and for me, right, I was like, I want to be the top dog of the school. So what do? You just get all the new kids, and like, we all just like became this pretty big group, and we were like, the bad kids of the elementary. And looking back, I would have never did that, but that's how I did it when I was in school. So we were bad and I was getting into fights, right? So because I was with those kids, right, the kids would obviously, like, they'd hit me first. I never hit anybody first, but I looking back, I know I antagonized it. And if you're in that position, don't fight, bro. It is not worth it, man. I got suspended one time, honestly, and it just ruined my reputation when I was younger. And I looking back, I wish I never got in those stupid fights because ego, man. A man's biggest weakness is his ego, and my ego was way too big, so I talked back to the teachers after I got in fights because they weren't on my side. And, you know, one time I went into the principal's office because the principal at the time was my second grade teacher. And, you know, she would just, like, she told me, like, when you were in second grade, like, you were, like, the best kid. I don't know what happened. And looking back, it's kind of like that was like, dang, like, that should have been an eye-opener that I should have done better, but I was a dumb kid hanging out with dumb people, and they influenced me. Again, show me your friends, I'll show you your future, you know? I had to grow out of that, but the kids I was hanging out with, like, ruined my, like, because, you know, you can't blame anything on anyone else, but I, in essence, ruined my reputation because of hanging around with, you know, losers, right? And I say losers because, and I'm not calling anybody a loser, but what I'm saying is, right, winners, if you win a sword fight, or I don't know, that just popped in my mind, that kind of sounded weird, but if you win a ping pong tournament, you're a winner, but if you didn't win, you're a loser, okay? And those people I see, because I'm going to tell you a story right now, are losers because they're down in the dumps, okay? And I'm not because of what I'm doing, right? Have a business, make my own money, and it's awesome, too, with making your own money. Like, dude, you have no idea how nice it is. Like, for example, we have a Circle K near my house. So we'll go and we'll have our parents with us. It's like, all right, what do you want? And they're like, I don't want nothing. I'm like, whatever. Dad, what do you want? And he's like, I don't want nothing either. Bro, we go in and we just buy whatever because we like money just isn't like a thing for us. We don't have bills to pay. So we just buy whatever and we can do whatever with money. Dude, like being able to get your parents something and see them smile literally means more to you. Like I'm telling you, bro, like watching my parents, like, dang, right? But hey, sometimes it's like, hey, I want to go get something from, right, get some ice cream. Well, we're not gonna go. Well, what if I pay? Okay, right? And it doesn't happen often, but I've paid before, and like, just like being able to do that for your parents, man. Like, honestly, the way it makes you feel, you're a true winner. Like we go and we buy them whatever, and like they just smile, right? Like seeing that, you make you feel like a winner, right? And for me, I'm not saying I'm a winner, but when you're able to buy things and make your own money and work and just do whatever, like that makes you a winner, especially for your age, because most people this age aren't, right? So, right, reputation, hanging out with winners and losers. So I'm not saying that those kids are losers, but what I'm saying is if you're not winning, you're losing. So okay, and this is a crazy story that happened recently, but not too recently. So I knew a kid in 5th grade, okay? He lives like about like within a mile from my house. So, we live relatively close. But in 5th grade, me and this kid were really close friends. Again, how I stated how I got all the new kids, right? You got the new kids at the table. Hey, man, you want to come sit with us? Come sit with us. Come sit with us. And then, we have a group, and then you invite different lone kids, and then, right, you can't get the popular kids, but if you have all the losers and you outnumber them, you already bigger, right? That was my brain, and it honestly worked well because that's who we were in school. So he was one of the kids, and him, another kid, and I were like all best friends, dude. We honestly, those three out of everyone else were like best friends, and I don't want to say names because I don't want to get I don't want to like put them out like that, but after 6th grade, we kind of stopped talking because, we switched classes. We just kind of like, right, when you're not in the same class, and if anyone has been to elementary school, if you're not in the same class. When I was in 4th grade, I transferred out of a class, and it was like they were doing a class versus class football team. But since I wasn't on the cool class or whatever, freaking they didn't want me to play. So you see what I mean? Like that's not your clique anymore. It's your clique if you're in, which a clique is like who you roll with, right? That's your friends if you're in the same class, but after you switch classes, it wasn't like that. So, the kid and I just kind of just stopped talking. But I will tell you, I knew they respected me because one time one of their friends was going to try to fight me. That was when I got suspended in 6th grade. That was the only fight I got in 6th grade. I tried to hold out, but, I didn't. And I antagonized it. But the kid, he was standing, we were like fighting by the playground, and he'd go up to him and be like, yo, he was trying to get them to jump me, but they would be like, they would shake their head no because they knew I didn't play because they saw me. So I knew they respected me, and if they hated me, they would have jumped me, but they respected me enough to where they didn't. So he came over just to our garage. We used to play in our garage a lot. He came over one time, either 5th or 6th grade. I'm not too sure, but him and I were pretty cool. After 6th grade, I became homeschooled. My parents knew I was getting a lot of fights. It just wasn't. I was focused on the wrong things, and they knew if I went to middle school, I would have went down a deeper, darker hole. So they just pulled me out of school, which honestly was the best decision. I'm able to work more, and if you're in school with the course, you can still work just as much, right? You just can't be a loser, man. So if you are interested, again, links in the description. For the course, and resilientteampodcasts@gmail.com. Email me if there's any problems or whatever the case, and I'll reach it back out to you. And if not, just email and say hi, man. I'll gladly respond. But right, so bro, I get so sidetracked so easily. That's my problem. But yeah, the kid came over and we were kind of chilling and whatever. But like we weren't friends. He just came over to the garage. We played. I went over to his house one time, but like we weren't best of friends. Oh, that's what I was saying with school. Yes, you can still work with school and everything. Seriously, if you're in school, not in school, it doesn't matter. You will make money, and the course will help you. So join SideHustlerUniversity.com. SideHustlerUniversity.com. Okay. But after 6th grade, I really never saw the kid, even though we lived close. Just I saw him. I just didn't see him that much. And I knew that he was hanging out with bad kids. And real quick, before I continue, my parents told me to distance myself. That was the problem. My parents told me that I needed to not hang around them because they knew they were not a good influence for me. So I had to cut back. They stopped coming over, okay? So that was 5th, 6th grade. But around 6th grade summer, I knew a kid. And he would come over. He'd come over a lot. I was gonna say something, but like your guys could find out. So, but I just don't want to blast. I just don't want to blast any kid. But we were super cool. We did a sport together. He came over, spent the night. I went over to his house one time, and dude, him and I were freaking best of friends. Honestly, if you would have asked me who my best friend, I wouldn't say in life, but if you were to ask me who my homeboy was, I would have said that kid, dude. Tight. So him and him, right? I had two people. The first story was 5th and 6th. This is like 6th through 8th, 6th through 8th grade. Let's go. I would say. Well, okay. Those two at the time, right? Different parts, of course, but they were my best friends, dude. And again, my parents told me to like, dude, you got to distance. They're not good kids. They are not good kids. So after that, they didn't come over. Well, the second one didn't come over. So 1 is 5th and 6th. 2 would be the 7th. I just really don't want to say names, okay? But yeah. So that was it. Didn't talk. And then one day, I found out that those two kids were involved in a car. They were messing around with the gun, and it was those two and then another kid in a car. And I don't know if YouTube's going to take this down, but they shot the kid and he's no longer here. And I found out that it was the kid from 5th and 6th grade. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. I knew that kid. We were best friends. And then probably like 3 months ago, I ran into my friend from 6th grade. And he was like, yeah, I don't have my phone because the cops had to take it and my clothes and everything because I was in the car. And like for me looking back, I'm just like, dude, if my parents wouldn't have told me that you need to stay away and distance yourself, like there's no guarantee, but I can almost promise you, bro, that I would have been in the car. I would have either been the one that pulled the trigger, I would have either been the one that sat next to him or been the one that's not here anymore, man. I know I would have been in the car, dude. Those two were my best friends at the time, and the only reason I distanced is because my parents told me not to, okay? And so for me building a reputation, okay, I could have been in the car with them, and there would have been my reputation. I would have been involved in a murder and had the cops on me and like all kinds of stuff, man. That would have been my life, bro. Honestly, that would have been my life, So that's the importance of who you surround yourself with, because looking back, right, I'm going to tell you 2 ways my life could have gone. I'm very reliable, and I will say this, we switched churches, we started our own church. Stuff happened, we won't get into that, but we switched churches, and I've still had numerous people call me and ask if we could do stuff for them. There was other high schoolers at that church, but they know that Diesel and I will get it done, man, and that's just what we've always done in life. Even today, I had a guy from our old church call me, really amazing guy, and, just talk to him for a little, like, that was my reputation, right? Even me showing you guys the money. Like, dude, I made that. I worked for that. Nobody else did that for me. I put in hours to make that, right? And that's why I'm showing you guys that can be you too, right? But look, and I have a podcast, and I've been doing push-ups. I'm doing the push-up challenge again this year. But I'm doing, like, all these things. So that's life 1, right? The way it's going now. Or life 2, I would have been a punk kid who would have been involved in the shooting, and it would have been, dude, that would have literally ruined everything I have right now, bro. And, looking back at it, it's crazy to think, because those two were my best friends, bro. And that would have been me, man. That would have been me. Like, honestly, I would have been one of those kids. So, looking back, like, seeing how great my life is now and seeing how bad it could have been, like, you just can't wrap your mind around it. And I'm only person I can thank is God and my parents, because, my parents told me not to hang around those kids, and thankfully I'm not, right? But, that's why I harp on reputation, bro, because your reputation is what people know you for. And right now I could be known for being reliable as a hard worker and a young kid that's really focused on, bettering his life. Or you can be the kid that freaking, one of those kids, and there's no hate towards them, okay? And I just want to make that clear, bro, because I get we all make mistakes, and I'm not mad at them. I think parents should have done better, and, okay, Jocko Willink says, there is in extreme ownership, there is no bad teams, only bad leaders. There is not a single bad child in the entire universe. Not a single bad kid. Right? Obviously, they can be rebellious, but there's only bad leaders, and a parent can be bad. And honestly, for me, right, even with reputation, right, I could be, right, my parents, like, raised me so well, bro. Like, I knew if my mom would have told me, I'm going to tell your dad when he got home when I was younger, bro, I was crying. I was dying, bro. I was, like, distraught knowing that my dad was going to find out that I, hit my brother and took his toy or something. Like, I was devastated. My dad wasn't even home and I was devastated, right? Just because, like, my parents, like, put that fear in me. Because, right, my parents were good parents. They parented me. I had fear over them, okay? And I wasn't scared of my parents, but, like, dude, my parents raised me well, and I got in trouble for bad things I've done, and that's character development, right? So for me, on this podcast, I can only thank my parents because, dude, they've helped me a lot along the way. And seeing whoever's watching this, and if you've already made it 25 minutes in, like, as kids or as adults, right, whoever's watching this, like, I know you want what's best for your child. And moving forward, honestly, if you really truly want what's best for your kid, would be to join the course. And I'm not saying it for me, dude, but I've been working since I was 11, so I've gained a lot of knowledge down the line, and I'm literally giving it to you guys. And we call and we can do whatever. I will help in any way. I just want to see you that's watching be successful, right? And I can only thank my parents again. No bad teams, only bad leaders. So you have to take a step back. And if your parents watching this, if your kid's just a rebellious child, man, like, you got to look at where you failed. And if you're a kid watching this knowing that you're just rebellious or whatever, like, right, whatever side is watching this, you need to see what you messed up on. And you got to take extreme ownership. And if you guys haven't read that book, I highly suggest you read that. That is the best book I've ever read in my life. Honestly, I've read it like 2 times just because it's amazing. It's talking about you can't blame everybody else, only yourself, right? So, again, right, parents, no bad teams, only bad leaders. The easiest way to prevent it, right, and the only way this was prevented was God. 1, because, you got to thank God every day. And 2, my parents, dude. My parents were like, you got to distance yourself, right? And that's why I'm not in that position. And honestly, I'm very thankful. And couldn't be here where I am this moment on this video without them, right? So that's why I harp on, like, that is so important on why you need to, like, right? That's why it's so important to do better in life and better your life, because your reputation when you're younger is going to carry in through your life. Think about it. That's on their record for life, bro. So when they go to get a job, that's going to be on there. When they go to apply to a college, it's going to be on there. If they want to go to the military, they probably can't because it's on there. Like, and I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying, like, dude, like, you have the opportunity as this young age to build a good reputation, to boost your life, or you can do things that are going to hinder you and block you from succeeding in life, okay? And again, for me, right, like, a lot of, when you look at friends that you have, you truly need to look for a benefit, okay? Right, for me, like, I know guys are like, I was talking to my brother, like, with even, like, dating, dude, like, there has to be a benefit to talk, like, I'm just saying, well, not for dating, I was just saying, like, if you're looking for somebody to date, right? Because I was just talking to my brother for him, he's a single guy, ladies, if you're watching, I'm just playing, but, like, my brother was, like, talking, and I was like, man, like, there has to be a benefit in life, okay? There has to be a benefit. For me, perfect example, right? I have, and I'm literally not trying to say anything, but I said earlier, winners are winners and losers are losers. I have a kid in HVAC, okay? My boy is a loser. He got no job. He's just honestly a loser, bro. Honestly, bro. And if you're watching this, that I've called you a loser to your face, okay? We're friends, though, okay? And I call him a loser. Tell him, dude, you can't do push-ups. Do some freaking push-ups, right? Even in class, dude, we were about to start class, and we did, like, 10 push-ups, right? There wasn't really anybody around, but I was just like, bro, you need to do better in life. You need to do push-ups. Better do some push-ups, okay? I am really hard on him, and he doesn't have to be my friend. He could literally never talk to me again, okay? But he knows deep down in his mind, I'm a loser. I need to do better. He's going to help me, okay? And honestly, I'll call him a loser. I'll say whatever, but he still sticks around, and every class looks forward to seeing me. Okay, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm egotistical, but I'm telling you, like, for me, I always tell this kid, bro, you're a loser. You need to do better. Grow up. He sent me this stupid thing. It was like Obama on like a sandwich or something, and I just said, bro, grow up. That's literally what I put. Bro, grow up, right? Like, and I'm so hard on this kid. Okay, right, and we're talking about benefits here. Okay, so me winning and working my businesses, he has no job, kind of behind on school, you know, whatever. Like, I don't benefit, okay? But he sticks around. So let me ask you, I'll give you a sec to answer. Who truly benefits, me or him? Okay? He benefits. I don't benefit. But if it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, no, because see, I'm not benefiting, but he's benefiting from the friendship, okay? When I'm telling him to do better and I call him a loser, it sucks for him to hear it, but he knows it's true, and he's honestly started to do better. He's getting better grades, right? You were friends at HVAC 1. He's getting better grades in HVAC 2. He's only failed one quiz out of all the quizzes he's taken, okay? Which before that wasn't how it was. He failed a couple times, right? And for me, I haven't failed yet, so, you know, freaking amazing. Huge textbook. I think Saturday or Sunday I read like 30 pages, 20 pages, something like that. You know, but right, it's hard work, man. You got to read it, answer the questions, but like, you know, for him, right, he's starting to do better. And you know, even with friends, right, who's going to benefit, okay? For me, I need people in my life that are going to build me up. And that's just like I said earlier, my grandfather and my dad, you know, like, because I spend my most time with him just because we're working. Like, tomorrow we're going to go to Nogales, and I'll be with him from 9:30 to 5 o'clock, right? I'll be with him all day, and my dad and my brother, and we just all talk, and we just all build each other up. Or when I'm working with my dad on, honestly, most of the days out of the week, right? And I'm just talking about, like, a real man figure. Like, obviously I spend time with my mom, and my mom is really vital and really amazing on building me up, but, right? Just talk about like the male figures that really truly help me build me up, right? They'll just talk with me, dude, and like I'll ask them questions, like, you know, just asking like, hey, if you could redo your life, what is one thing you would do differently, you know? And just hearing their answer, because like I don't know everything. Honestly, I have no idea everything, but they know something, and somebody else knows something, and somebody else knows something, and somebody else knows something, right? If you asked everybody the same question in the world, you would know every single answer to that. Right, because of what everyone else has said. And think about it. If I was to let you be in a room full of billionaires, right, you wouldn't be telling them, you know, I work for Fry's, or I work for Walmart, or I work for Target, right? You're not going to be telling them those things. You're going to be asking them, wait, so how do you make money? Or, right, Elon Musk has Tesla. I would never manufacture cars. That is just something I would never do. But, you know, ask him, hey, with inflation, does that really affect, like, how you get your cars and stuff? Well, you know, and then he'll give his answer, right? I would never, but he knows something I don't know. Or, hey, like, how did you start a business? Like, how did you think about doing cars? Well, you know, there was this guy I knew, and he told me that he would, if I gave him some money, he would do it, and, you know, like, whatever the case is, right? He knows something I don't, so asking always helps, right? So for my grandparents, right? Like my grandparents and my parents, right? Spending a lot of time with them, they really they pour in, right? My grandpa has businesses, right? He has the bread business where we deliver bread, and he has houses in Nogales that he renovates. And honestly, if you check out the Resilient Teen podcast, if you just follow it, sometime I'll do a post. We've pretty much remodeled the whole house, honestly, and I'll do some posts of before and afters. But right, like for him, I've learned a lot just because of, like, right, working the bread and working houses, and, well, this is how you need to do it, right? Oh, well, if you build this wall here, we'll be able to put the vanity here. And I'm like, dude, I can't even see that. Like, it's just an empty slot. But then we turned it into something amazing, right? You learn something from people that know. Okay, so for you who you spend the most time with, like, they pour into me, and they've helped me know a lot of the things that I know, right? For you guys with friends, if you guys hang around with friends, perfect example. I do have, but kind of, you know, there was two people I was really close with, and I text them, if you had to make money right now, what would you do? And one of the kids was like, you know, I don't got time, or whatever. He didn't answer me, and honestly, I asked him that a year ago, and I have not got an answer from either one of them. I got an answer from my close friend, but he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't hit hard as YouTube, and he has like 3,000 subscribers, but he hasn't hit it hard. So like, who you hang around with the most is who's gonna influence you, and that's what I say. My grandpa has 2 businesses, and my dad helps run a business. Like, who better to know, right? And for me, I have my own. Like, who better for all of us to be around? So, who you hang out with the most is like what you're gonna end up being like. Okay, so with the losers you guys are hanging out with, and but they're my friends, bro. I love when we go out and we do stuff we shouldn't. Like, y'all are losers. But when you hang out with people like, dude, we designed a business plan, and this, because of the course, you showed me how to do it, and you gave us a sales plan. We used your sales plan and your business plan, and now we have a successful business, bro. Like, that is more respectable than doing stupid stuff. Remember, adults, okay, and that's who you're going to be one day. Adults will respect you for what you do now, but the friends around you, right, are going to respect you for the things you do now as well, right? An adult, if you're starting a business, an adult is going to support you, and they're going to help you in any way you can, right? But if you're going out stealing with your friends are going to respect you for that, right? But the adults are going to look down upon you, just like if you're trying to do better in life. You know what, guys? I'm done stealing, and I'm done doing this. I'm done vaping and doing this stuff. I'm going to start my own business. They're going to look down upon you, but the people of like higher status are going to look up on you. Like, they're going to look up upon you, dude. Because like, dude, this kid's young and he's doing this. I know when I was younger, I wasn't doing this. So, right, with reputation, if you don't have friends around you to help boost your reputation, if you don't have a business started, right, to help hugely improve your reputation, then join the course, because there's people in there that literally every single person that's in this course wants to make money, wants to start a business, wants to be a better teen, literally wants to just do better. Okay? If you don't have anybody like that in your life, right, join this course, because I am telling you, honestly, I am telling you that this is going to change your life. This course will change your life drastically. So that's all I got to say, man. If you don't have no one to hang around with, join the course, right? If you want to do better and you want to help either start or grow your business, join the course, bro, because I've done it and it works, and you guys saw in the beginning of the video that it works. So if you guys made it this far, man, thank you for your support. Tell me what I can do better. If you have any questions, if you're trying to join the course, don't know how, please send me an email and I will gladly get back to y'all. So y'all have a good day, y'all stay safe, and remember, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. The losers you hang out with is exactly who you're going to be. So if you don't have anyone that's going to boost you in life, then join the course, and your life will, I guarantee you, if you join the course in a month, your life will be better than it was before you joined. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all the next time. I'll make sure I'm more consistent. Peace.